against Donald Trump in history on national polls. No one is performing worse than her. No one's performing worse than her among blacks, among Hispanics, the worst performing Democrat in modern history among those demographics, worst performing polling-wise among Jews. She is losing key factions of the Democratic base. Muslim voters, she's at under 50%, she's at 52% in the latest CAIR poll among black Muslims. She is not doing well.
Comment that Harris made that our fact checkers found misleading. Here it is.
And as of today, there is not one member of the United States military who is in active duty in a combat zone in any war zone around the world, the first time this century.
You, I should note, are the first former Green Beret in Congress. What did you think of that moment?
Well, I about fell out of my chair. I immediately thought of the 3 soldiers from Georgia who were killed by Iranian-backed missiles and drones in Jordan. I thought of the 2 Navy SEALs who died trying to intercept Iranian smugglers off the coast of...
It is wrong to somehow suggest that an undocumented immigrant is a criminal. Being an undocumented immigrant is not a crime.
I know what a crime looks like. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
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 An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal. An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal.
An undocumented immigrant is not a criminal, and we have to correct course in this conversation.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented across the border as criminals. That's correct.
Person who has been arrested now in the death of a 22-year-old nursing student. That suspect charged in connection with that 22-year-old has been confirmed as an illegal immigrant who's originally from Venezuela. Fox News.
Breaking news. The Justice Department says a planned terror attack in New York City has been thwarted. The suspect allegedly wanted to target Jewish people on October 7th, 1 year after the attack in Israel. The suspect was quoted by the FBI as saying, "If we succeed with our plan, this would be the largest attack on U.S. soil since 9/11.
There's one other topic I wanted to talk to you about, but let me just quickly put a button.
Okay.
Do you have any plans to visit the border?
I'm here in Guatemala today. At some point, we are going to the border. We've been to the border. So this whole thing about the border, we've been to the border. We've been to the border.
You haven't been to the border.
And I haven't been to Europe. And I don't understand the point that you're making. I'm not just